We were very lucky that she voluntarily wanted to be a part of our program. That doesn't happen very often where people seek us out as wanting to become involved with our clientele. She's helping bridge the gap between homelessness and seeking medical care. The people who are coming in here are people on the street who are in high levels of poverty, addiction, involved with the sex trade, involved with the law. A lot of times the people who are coming through our doors are the people who are not welcome in other doors anymore. Jeannie and we had another lady who's just on maternity leave for this year, Melanie Beal. They started coming in once a month, and it was, let's play it by ear and see where this program leads us. So they came in, they would do a small presentation. We had them coming in during meal hour because that's our busiest time where we'll have the most variety of people in here to try to connect with. So they would work on topics such as safe injection, to diabetes, to STIs, you name it. They could ask questions. It was very open-ended. And then at the end of that, they were able to go one-on-one, and just as you would at the clinic, and seek different things. And Jeannie's really good with following up. She'll leave messages with us because a lot of times people are resistant or just do not follow up and follow through with going into the clinic to see Jeannie. So we kind of bridged that a little bit through this.
And people were receptive right from the beginning, especially to meeting one-on-one. And we started off with doing a lot of things like prescribing birth control and
Blood pressure checks.
Yeah, blood pressure checks. They love that. Even checking sugars, talking about all kinds of chronic disease, talking about nicotine replacement therapy, because this population is one that smokes almost close to 100%. And talking about how they're accessing other services, needle exchange programs, mental health and addictions, and really trying hard to use their feedback in a constructive way, because they really do. They know what we're doing right and they know what we're doing wrong, and we should be going to them for the information on how to change the system so that it's something that they can use. And they've been very good at providing rich information around that. So we talk mostly one-on-one about contraception. Yeah. And actually we've made a lot of headway in that regard. I've made connections here over time with women, and now they are comfortable coming into the clinic. Although often it's Julie, almost at least 90% of the time it's Julie calling to say they're here now and they'd like to see you, or really? And then we can squeeze them in the clinic.
And Jeannie has also run over here to deliver different prescriptions.
Vitamins, that's another big thing. You know, there's so many issues with being homeless, and if you don't have somewhere to keep your vitamins, you lose them. So we bring vitamins here, and Julie keeps them for us and can hand them out. And we often bring them for a specific person, so they know that their vitamins are being kept here. And
we had a grade 7-8 split French class that came over from the high school, and they wanted a tour after they had finished helping out with the food bank. So they did have an opportunity, with everybody being okay that we had kids coming in here, and they had the option to leave if they didn't feel comfortable. We had a lot of people stay within and thought it was very interesting to see kids and their take as being a person living on the street and in high levels of substance abuse and addiction issues was they wanted to see more of that happening, so that kids understood if you get to this level, how awful life can become and how hard it is. They thought that was fascinating in a sense that don't become us. Okay. Look at us, take a good look. This is what happens if you start using. It's so hard to escape. The kids were very taken back when they saw the shower room, the bathroom, the laundry, what we served for a meal. We showed them what care packages look like, and what care packages like your basic shampoo, your soap, toothbrush, and that's what they get. A lot of them had deer in headlight look. They couldn't believe that people had to shower in this small confined with shared towels, and it was just a whole nother world. And a lot of them, in a small community, it can be easy sometimes to look away and not see the problems that are so visible to others. So I hope that some of them left with just a little bit more compassion and empathy that they were all them at one point in their lives, and that unfortunately their path went a different direction. And not that they can't get back on there, but how difficult it can become and what limited services that a person has when you're in that state of life. Doesn't matter how many times they may feel that they've screwed up or have not taken advantage of different things that have been offered, but there's still always that option. And that's a big role that we play here too, is advocating with or on the behalf of them. Because it is easy to fall into a place where you've burnt and exhausted absolutely every option when it comes to housing, employment, seeking medical care. I mean, at the end of the day, it all comes about that they are cared for. And, you know, I hear, interestingly enough, that a lot of people that are in the doors, they don't understand why we care for them, which is saddening that they honestly feel that they walk around solo and that nobody would care if they live or die at the end of the day. And I want change to happen. I don't like sitting around and watching things that I know people have the ability and the power and the financial ability to bring about change, and programming and resources, and that goes on all different forms of business. So I guess that would be my fulfillment is that maybe one day all of my babbling will pay off. And maybe it will affect some sort of positiveness within our community. I guess it's how everybody measures what success means, but if you have a person who is used and manages to go half a day, that's success for them. Another person is somebody who's been homeless, has an acquired brain injury as part of their life, and has now been living a life of sobriety and is in their own stable, independent residence. Yeah. That's a huge success. Somebody going to the clinic who has never gone, something to that extent.
But you know what I think of as a success is this place. It hasn't been open that long. I can't imagine what people did before they had this space to come into, but this place is a huge success. This is the essence of primary health care.